Dear Chairman, examinators, guests, winter rapeseed is a strategy crop for Ukrainian agriculture, but growing of this crop has been tremendously decreased for the last few years in our country. At the same time, the price of the seed goes up, which makes growing of this crop economically efficient. So we've got to increase the production of the rapeseed, which is possible using the progressive tillage technology, intensive type of quality seed material, using latest disease and weed control methods, and proper amount and kind of fertilizer. The goal of my research was to find optimal use of fertilizer to get the highest yield with economy-proved cost of production at the certain conditions of southern Ukrainian black soil in Mykolaiv region. I researched influence applying different amount of nitrogen and phosphorus on winter rapeseed in 2015-2016 years. The size of planting lot was 90 square meters, which is 6 by 15, and the size of research lot was 52 square meters, which is 4 by 13, and the protection lines was 2 meters between variations, and the end line was 5 meters. We used nitrogen in saltpeter form, which is 34%, and phosphorus in P2O5 form, which is 20% of phosphorus. And this was applied before the planting. The tillage process was common for this area, and the idea of research was to watch the phenology changes during growing and evolution of the rapeseed plants during all vegetation period. For this purpose, we took 4 sections of the row with 2 plants in each sections. And the beginning of the phase was when 10% of the plants went to the phase, and the full phase became when 75% of the plants came into this phase. So I identified and researched 6 phases, which were germination, stem elongation, inflorescence, flowering, ripening, and full maturity. And depending on the amount of nitrogen, we saw certain plant features. So what I can tell you that during fall period till winter, the plants on lots with the fertilizer had much better evolution, so which helped to survive during winter. As you can see on this table, we planted in August 22nd, and we got first plants up in August 29. The only phase that was changed from the other was the stem elongation. As you can see, with no fertilizer, we got this phase 1-2 days later than with the fertilizer. It is 2 days shorter. Other phases were, as more fertilizer you applied, the longer phase we had. This means inflorescence, flowering, and ripening and full maturity. So again, then more fertilizer and especially nitrogen you apply, the longer the vegetation period was. Same with number of pads and seeds in the pads. So more nitrogen, more fertilizer, you can see more pads on the plant, more seeds in the pad, more seeds from the plant, and the higher weight of 1,000 seeds. One of the most important things for the yield is how many plants survived after the winter. And you can see on this diagram that about the same plants were germinated, but after winter you can see how many plants survived. And variation number 5 gives us 18% of dead plants, and the control variation with no fertilizer gives us 26% of plants lost. This number shows us the yield in 2015, 2016, the average yield, and in percentage to control with no fertilizer. So the last variation, number 5, gives us 72% more in the yield to number 1 with no nitrogen and no phosphorus applied. This table shows us the economy, the money, the profit and profitability. So you can see the yield, it was different, and then more fertilizer you applied, the higher yield we get. Of course, the self-cost of the production was growing up, but of course the cost of seeds was also up. So that now to see how it changes with no fertilizer, again, it's a control variation. We've got 13% of profitability. And the number 5, which is, I guess, the best one, the best variation, gave us 84.3% of profitability. So I would recommend to producers in our area, in southern part of Ukraine, Mykolaiv region, I would recommend to apply 90 kilograms of nitrogen, 60 kilograms of phosphorus before planting, and 60 kilograms in spring to get 3.4 tons per hectare and profit of 5,200 hryvnias, which is 84.3% of profitability. Что хочу сказать, что сильно изменилось за последние, с тех пор, как я первый раз я заканчивал техникум сельскохозяйственный, потом институт, и сейчас поступил еще раз в институт, то очень большая разница, университет, очень большая разница между тем, как я начинал учиться, и между тем, что сейчас. И уровень преподавателей значительно повысился. То есть сейчас действительно интересно с такими преподавателями просто сесть и общаться, рассказывать им свой опыт, они отвечают тебе, потому что они в этом, мне кажется, что по сравнению с теми годами, это 15 лет назад я первый раз поступил в техникум, по сравнению с теми годами практики и знаний у таких практических, преподаватели показывают намного больше. Поэтому я всегда и всем рекомендую, что нужно поступать в сельскохозяйственные учебные заведения, потому что сейчас очень большая нехватка кадров и любых работников. От агронома, трактористов нет, что тут рассказывать. Поэтому это моя большая мечта, создать какое-то, не училище, а просто тракторную школу хотя бы, школу механизаторов, обычные курсы. Как были в Умане, в Манкиве. Да, где просто люди могут прийти, закончить курсы и потом прийти работать на предприятие. На Джангир же не посадишь просто так. Абсолютно. Поэтому я думаю, что мы все здесь счастливые люди, что мы заканчиваем аграрный университет, и надеюсь, что следующее поколение будет все больше, будет им больше интересно заниматься сельским хозяйством. Не так, что мы... Это обязательно. Не так, что мы поступаем в аграрный университет просто, чтобы получить какое-нибудь образование. А я надеюсь, что люди все больше и больше будут поступать сюда за знаниями, тем более, что они здесь есть.